Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to another episode of PopcornPimps, where today we are reviewing BladeRunner 2049. And as you see, our camera's working, and all three of us are actually here.
Yeah, we haven't done this in a while, where it's all three of us.
Baby Driver, you were gone, huh?
Since before our vacations. God, that was a long time ago.
That felt like forever.
Yeah, I think every other movie before you guys did, we watched it separately.
Yeah.
But not this time.
Yeah, not this time. We all went. Abraham didn't get the movie, unfortunately, because he's a little slow. Give the guy a break.
I mean, I didn't watch the original Blade Runner, but I know about it. But I still kind of grasped it.
It didn't really go into like you needed to know the original Blade Runner either.
Which is good.
Yeah, I still grasped the concept of it.
The original Blade Runner is a movie that didn't do so well, and the reason it didn't do so well is because it's a movie that has a lot of intricacies. So, like, and a lot of people will tell you it's a movie you have to watch, like, 2 or 3 times to fully get everything.
Yeah.
This one's kind of like that, too.
And I'm pretty sure this one's like that. Like, if you're not paying attention... But you see, I've seen the original Blade Runner, so I know I'm supposed to pay attention to every little detail. So, for me, it worked great.
Movies that are long like that, and seeing the runtime, I already kind of knew that I need to be paying attention. Yeah. And, I mean, I already do pay attention when it comes to movies. Even if it's...
And it was almost 3 hours long, this movie.
And it wasn't, like, super hard to follow, like, for the...
the main story...
For it being with, like, an almost 3-hour movie, it was at a pretty well pace.
Yeah, it had
really... It was really cool.
And it didn't have, like, too much action either, but it had action at the right moment.
When it did have action, it was great.
Yeah, and it was great.
It was sudden, too.
Yeah, and it was...
Fast.
The first thing that's, like, stuck to me since, because we watched it on Sunday... is the Joy, the home system, the home life.
Yeah.
That thing was weird, but it's like that would happen.
It's weird and awesome.
You know what it reminded me?
Yeah.
You know what it reminds me of now that I think about it? What's that movie with the guy with the mustache?
Her.
There you go.
Yeah.
Where the dude falls in love with the computer. It's like Scarlett Johansson's voice.
Joaquin Phoenix and what's
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah,
Joaquin Phoenix and Scarlett Johansson.
That's a good movie too, but. You know what? And it's funny because, like, it's advertised to love you, right? Throughout the movie, you've seen these advertisements for the system called Joy, which is like a virtual reality wife, basically. But you can feel, like, she really loved him.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm like...
Borderline creepy.
No, it was creepy, but that's more because of the virtual reality than, like, because...
I say borderline because I know that's what it's programmed to do.
And
but
the fact that it's like, programmed to do that, to go that far.
Yeah, okay, exactly.
I'm going to teach you how to betray my creators. That's what she does. Remember?
Yeah.
She's like, load me onto this system so they can't track me.
Oh, yeah.
Disconnect this so they can't follow us. I'm like, Jesus Christ, you are legit a crazy psycho wife.
So are all the replicants.
They're crazy because they're androids, but they can think and stuff.
Smart.
It's a good movie.
I did like it, and I know you didn't like fully understand. I don't want to say Abraham's an idiot who didn't get none of it.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I had to like. I had to do a deep dive in the internet to really get it. I was like, okay.
But then it hits you. It's like, that's
exactly. It's like, okay, cool. Now I understand it.
Right. And I actually personally I did like it. I kind of thought Dave Bautista would have a bigger role. However, I'm not disappointed in his role. He's like he's an opening scene. It's him versus Ryan Gosling, the Goss. Who did great, by the way. This movie was really well acted.
The Goss did well.
And even Harrison Ford was great in this movie,
like
with his old age.
Han Solo.
Yeah.
Because I didn't like him in The Force Awakens because you can tell he wasn't Han Solo. He was an old guy. Which, he's supposed to be old Han Solo, but I feel like because he had just gotten to the plane crash and everything, so he wasn't 100.
He's like retired Indiana Jones.
Yeah,
he's
kind of.
I feel like he is starting to lose. Like,
but in this one, he actually did great. Like I don't know, like they pumped him with some steroids the minutes before.
I don't know. He was very, very like.
I like that he was an alcoholic.
And that casino fight scene where he keeps punching them.
Yeah.
Supposedly he accidentally actually punched Ryan Gosling in the face.
Yeah, I remember
that scene was just... There's a lot of moments in the movie.
The guy should be honored to be punched by Han Solo.
I would.
There was a lot of moments like that in the movie, especially that part where I just laughed because I was like...
Yeah.
Because Ryan Gosling was just standing there and he was just... he just kept hitting him and then he stopped and then he'd look at him and then he'd do it again. I was just like, why doesn't he just stop? Like, he paused for a good while and then he'd hit him again.
Ryan Gosling as Agent K. Because it's like K-D187.
He doesn't have a name, and then he's like, "No, what's your real name?"
Joe.
He's like, Joe,
because she kept
the virtual wife called
him Joe.
And Joy, which makes sense. Joe.
Yeah.
So like, which to be honest, I just got that right now when it's mentioned.
You see, you gotta kind of go back and like,
which you gotta do your research. Do that. But yeah, it was great. I was not really disappointed with anything. The only thing I was really disappointed, which wasn't like it was bad or anything, was the twist. Because throughout the movie, he's getting hints. Spoilers, by the way, which I always put in the beginning of the video anyways, but still. Still spoilers.
There's a twist in this movie. Okay, do you want to explain it?
Yeah, I'll explain it. So throughout the movie, he's getting like visions and stuff where if you're an android, you're not supposed to get these types of visions. They're almost like dreams, like recollections. So he's starting to think, because in the past movie, they made a BladeRunner, they made an android, not BladeRunner, but an android who can have kids, who can actually reproduce, which is beyond crazy. And this whole movie, the Wallace guy, who's like the big bad dude, is trying to find the child of that so he can create those so they can have an endless amount of slaves even faster than what they can make right now.
Yep.
So he's starting to think it's him, and in the movie they mess with like the guys that are hiding the kid, mess with everything, so you don't know if it's a boy or girl. You don't know what they look like.
Yeah, because they look it up in like the database.
Yeah, and it's a boy and a girl.
Yeah,
but
so
it's like two. It's impossible. So are they twins or is it just one and they're hiding and stuff?
It did seem like at one point it did seem like there was twins because they said I can't remember what they said, but they said something and I was like.
And all the characteristics and all the signs pointed to Ryan Gosling being that kid. You know what I mean?
It was super obvious. Like they wanted you to already get the fact that he was the kid.
When they mentioned that girl and she was talking about how like
she creates
the best memories. Yeah. I did think like, oh, maybe she's the kid, or maybe she was the sister, because I thought that was going to be the twins aspect. I was not expecting her to be like, oh, because everybody that's part of this resistance of androids are trying to fight the system.
Because they put her there, her parents put her there.
Exactly.
Yeah, like everyone all these androids are androids that she did. She made the memories for. So that's why they're all like, they're being woke. It's important to say. I just thought that right now too. Yeah, they're all like waking up, like, oh crap, we need to fight for our freedom. And it's all because of based off her memories. It's all because remember she said like. The best memories are if you put just a little bit of your actual memories in them. Not your actual memory, because that's technically against the law, but just a little bit to make it feel more real.
Yeah. But then Ryan Gosling
and that's why when like they revealed to him that he's not the child, it's like, did you think you were? And he starts crying and shakes his head yes. He's like, he grabs into the show and goes, we all did. Like they all went through that experience at one point or another.
And the thing
at the end, right?
The thing was the thing that kind
of. That's where I want to bring up. Hold up before you get to your point. Yeah. That's why I wanted to bring up. I was not like it was a bad twist. I thought it was a great twist because it did hide it real well.
Yeah.
And then they like showed like the flashbacks where he's learning. Oh, they messed with the DNA. They scrubbed this database. They scrubbed that database. They did all this stuff to hide her, so you would never find her or whatever. Like I was like, man, that's a good twist. But I kind of did want like, oh, it'd be so dope if Ryan Gosling was the kid.
I think during the movie,
hiding in plain sight. You're a BladeRunner who's hired to find this kid and kill them.
I did like that his the chief of police let him go.
Yeah, I think she was like in love with him or something.
And then, she because what was it? He made her leave. What was it? Because he was like, he said something about because they're drinking or whatever, and he said something so that.
Oh yeah, she was like totally hitting on him, kind of.
Yeah, and he like said something, and then she got turned off and she left.
No, because he was because they were like having a personal conversation, and then they were getting kind of into personal questions, and then he just totally is like, so tell me more about the case, and he just totally swerves her, and she like just gets like all kind of butthurt, and then kind of goes back to it, like, all right, well, this and this, whatever about the case, and then she just storms out of like his house, because in this point she's in like his living room.
Yeah, what was it? The thing was. Going back to what I was gonna say, the thing that did kind of like made me like think the whole twins thing that she might have been the twin was when he was telling her the story and she was watching it or whatever through the little thingy or whatever the hell, I don't know how that crap works, but and she started crying. I was like, does she cry with all the memories or like I was like, this is because it kind of threw me off. I was like,
That's where
that was like very like suspicious.
That's also, and this is one of the like things I really liked about this movie. That part also made me think maybe she like is a sister or maybe she is the girl. But then the fact that she was like, and I even thought during the movie I was like, well, she kind of came out of nowhere, and then they leave and never go back for the rest of the movie. So I was like, that chick was like a one shot, like a and then they go back all of a sudden, like, what the hell?
And then another thing that confused me too, because going back to what you said that they couldn't really mess with like importing or like inputting like dreams and memories and stuff like that. The part where I was like, okay, well maybe it's not Ryan Gosling, is because he had like that toy horse.
Yeah.
And then he has a memory of him hiding it like in...
And the fact that he found it.
And then he found it on the fact... Yeah, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I was like...
I think that's where I was like, wait,
it was Ryan Gosling.
I was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
So I was like, wait, so he... Like, is he or is he not?
Yeah, I had to looked over to you because, what was it, before I asked, I was like, is he the kid? And then I like looked over to you, I was like, he's the kid.
I think this is the most we've ever talked in a movie to each other.
Yeah,
where we're
normally I don't like to talk, but even I was like, "Oh crap, did you see that?"
Dude, we usually talk about like say like dumb stuff or funny stuff or like joke around like what happens in the movie, but this time we were like, "Did you get it? Like, what's going on?"
Yeah.
Or you know what scene it kind of freaked me out, but I thought it was the greatest scene ever, and it's because I was trying to find the other chick. I knew one chick. Her name's it's Ana de Armas. I know it's Anna, but I didn't know her last name. Who plays Joy and the prostitute android. When she comes
that
over.
Was the weirdest damn thing on the planet.
So
the weirdest.
But I ain't gonna lie, I'm like, Ana de Armas is one of my celebrity crushes. I don't remember what movie she is in, but I know she's in like one that like I watch all the time. I just can't think of it right now. And I was like, holy crap. Because even the prostitute android, she was pretty hot.
The most unique sex
scene.
That was weird.
It was weird though.
What was it? The second she walked in and she was like, she called her. I looked over to you guys. I was like, this girl's a cuck.
And it came out of nowhere. Yeah. It made me laugh. But like, what was crazy was when they merged into one.
And then you see them like both.
Yeah, she has features of both girls. So
and it was almost like Joy was like changing her features too.
And I ain't gonna lie, I was like, holy crap, that's the hottest chick I ever seen. Put those two girls together.
What was it?
She's super hot.
Like she was like when they're like touching Ryan Gosling in the head and like you can see the hands like. I was like it just reminded me of a really nasty frame rate when you just see like the hands like slide by slide.
It's weird because so when the girl would move her hand and then Joy would move her hand with her, it was like it was like shadowy.
And then you'd see this hand. I was like, I don't like that.
And then but then it was almost like
seen War Dogs.
No,
I haven't seen War Dogs.
All right, that's where Ana de Armas is.
I've seen Straw Dogs, but
that's totally different.
different movie.
What the hell, Straw Dogs?
It's another good movie.
Is that the Justin Timberlake?
No, it was with Kate. Who cares? BladeRunner 2049.
All right, yeah, good point. But anyways,
Straw Dogs, look it up.
But anyways, I'm gonna have to look it up after this. But anyways, I was like, that's like freaky, but it's like futuristic enough to where I'm like, that's exactly what I would expect.
Futuristic Pornhub.
Yeah. No, it wasn't even Pornhub. It was just like you have this virtual wife. Hey, hire a android.
Hire a real woman.
The whole thing.
She's not real. She's an
android.
Well, yeah.
They think they're real.
Everybody's an android.
The whole thing that I thought was cool was because before she had to have like the little.
The thing on top, and then she had
to like projector, and then he got that weird. I don't. That still doesn't make sense to me how that works, but who cares?
It was like a mobile projector.
It's 2049. It's called the future. That's how it works.
No, duh. But like, what's projecting it?
Oh yeah, that's how it works.
that was pretty cool. The whole little thing, he used it, and then now she doesn't have to have the thing above her, and then she could be outside. And I don't know why it made me laugh. That scene made me laugh.
It made me laugh.
The rain scene,
because she goes outside for the first time, which is what she's always wanted.
And like this hologram, like experiences like rain, and she's
and like even
moving.
looks wet. Like the hologram even looks wet.
It was weird because
that's dope, but it made me laugh.
It was going through her at first, and then she became hollow, and it started actually hitting her, and then you could see like her.
I don't think it actually started hitting her. I think it was just like
simulating.
Yeah, it was simulating, right? Because it understood like, oh, it's raining. I gotta make her look, because even her hair started getting wet.
Yeah, because it's the future.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. One thing regarding the future, I did really like that they stuck with the 80s. Because when was
sci-fi? It was like the 81,
the 80s sci-fi with like the
beeps
funky
and the
cars.
Yeah, even though it was a movie that takes place in the future,
it's still that
it's not modern
sci-fi, that clunky sci-fi. It wasn't like straight edges everywhere. Movie, yeah, it was like for sci-fi. This movie was great. And I think that's why a lot of people did like it.
Yeah.
And I understood that a lot of people didn't like it because it didn't get terrible, but it did get like a 74 viewer. But I also understand a lot of people were like
expecting something else or didn't understand.
No, yeah, then they had to go home and do research, and people don't like that.
So
I'm guessing that's a lot of like initial, like, oh, this movie was dumb. It didn't make no sense. And
but I knew we were gonna do this, so I was like, okay, so I kind of got to know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I thought overall, like I said, the movie was great sci-fi. There's a scene where I was like, it was just kind of weird, but it meshed well. Was just when he sticks his hand into the bees. Remember?
That was weird. I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, dude? I think, and I had the same feeling and stuff.
And then when he brought it out,
I just want to know what those bees were doing there, to be honest.
And it was like a bunch of them.
Yeah,
it was like a bunch of hives.
Las Vegas is all desolated and stuff. It was like
I loved that casino scene though. I knew the casino scene.
The whole casino scene.
I knew it was Vegas. Like once
Kylo Gosling.
Kylo
Gosling.
Yeah.
What was it?
That's what I kept calling him during the movie.
That whole thing when he turned on the power and they were fighting in that thing was just
making me laugh
because like the Elvis Presley
kept going in and out.
Yeah, and then it
that was a great scene. That was good. Yeah,
really good.
Like,
and then like Harrison Ford, he gets like Deckard, he gets tired of punching him. He's like, "Do you want a drink?"
Yeah, you want to have a drink.
He's like, "You want to have a drink?"
And then they go to the bar and it's like filled with empty
bottles. I'm like, dude,
just like Jesus Christ.
Even you said out loud, you're like, Jesus Christ.
He was like, you want some whiskey? And he just looked at him. He was all smiling. Like, that's all he had.
Because all Ryan Gosling did, too, was drink all the time.
And then what was it?
You know what? Like,
I think what made me laugh, really, like, I started laughing was, he just shot him. He didn't even let him talk. He just blasted him. And then he fell off to the first floor. And then he followed him. And he was like, damn it, now I have to go get him. And then when he went to go get him, and he stepped on the trip mine and then just blew up. And he was like, oh, well, there went that. He probably died. He's like, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I did like? It was not like, I thought it was great, but it also made me like sad for Ryan Gosling's character when he first gets there and we're first introduced to Joy, and he has that bowl of like that disgusting black stuff that he's gonna eat.
Oh, the worms.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was like that protein worms. Yeah, because that's how they get protein, because there's like nothing else to get protein from. So it's like. But it's like disgusting looking, and then they do that virtual where it looks like a steak and potatoes and all that.
Yeah, because the virtual wife was
like a 50s like meal. I was like, that's actually
she was all
pretty
dressed.
And what's so funny? Yeah, and what's funny is that like it doesn't show her until like it doesn't show her until later on in that scene, because when that scene first happens,
it's like, oh, he has like a wife or like
so you don't think that like
but they never show her, so it's like, what the heck's going on?
Exactly.
And then they finally show her,
and then she's a hologram.
And like, this.
And it's like, what the heck? And then she puts down like a hologram plate of food.
Over
and
she's
like, I tried a new recipe. I hope you like it. It's like,
that just reminded me of that.
Looks great.
That just reminds me of SpongeBob when Karen does the thing to Plankton, and he's literally just eating the air.
Yeah.
Good reference.
Great, yeah. You know what? Like, because I didn't really read anything for this movie coming up, because I had already seen the original, so I was like, I don't think I should need to read anything.
Yeah.
So I didn't know, and I didn't expect Ryan Gosling to be an android.
I thought all Blade Runners were androids, though.
No. Like James Olmos, the old guy he goes to see before he meets Deckard, when he asks him questions about Deckard, that guy wasn't an android. I don't know if he was or wasn't. I don't even remember anymore.
To be honest, when you guys were like, oh, we're watching this movie, I was like, crap. I was like, I have no time to watch this movie. I was like, I know that the original movie is long, and I'm like, I can't skip through it because I have to watch everything. I'm like, man,
2 hours.
I was like, yeah, man, I don't got time. So I just went in the movie. I was like, damn it. I was like, oh, dude.
But like, even the parts where it does like recall, it does a pretty good job explaining everything.
It was a very thorough movie if you've never seen the first one.
To be honest.
Which me personally,
it's not something you have to see to go in to watch this movie.
Yeah.
But if you don't get it, that's fine too. This is a movie where you have to watch multiple showings in order to fully grasp it.
Yeah, like based on just like watching this movie once a couple days ago and just doing minimal research about it on the internet, I have a pretty good idea of what the first one was about. Like, I mean, I'll still go back and watch the first one if I want to watch like the third. You know? Yeah. So, but I mean, you don't necessarily have to know the first one, like every little like thing about it.
Yeah.
So, which is a really good thing about this movie. It was very informative as well too. And then Jared Leto did a pretty good job.
I don't like Jared Leto, so I don't like anything he does.
You didn't like him in this movie?
I mean, he was okay, but I just
he played a really good creepy.
He was creepy.
Yeah,
I don't know if he was blind or not. Like that's why I was.
That was weird.
That was so weird.
That was one thing
that was very sci-fi. That was very sci-fi. You know what I did like too? Another thing when he gets to the
and then when the android came out of the bag
in San Diego. When he gets to San Diego, you know it's like a wasteland. Like, and then like they're all trying to beat up Ryan Gosling, and she just like is like right there with the glasses, just
bombing
them, bombing the crap out of them.
Violent, like people's getting like you see the blood just
blowing everywhere, dude.
And like I don't know if you guys noticed, but they probably know like that because I mean they're replicants or androids or whatever you want to call them. So I'm pretty sure they know like the points of the body which could damage you the most. Yeah. They cut a lot of people in the same places. It was always like right here.
Yeah, because you bleed heck of bad.
You bleed out of it quick. And then that fight scene at the end, like under the water, like in that car with with Gosling and that.
I like how they're all fighting.
That made me, yeah. That was making me laugh.
D.
Yeah.
Deckard.
No, Deckard is
I think
Solo.
Wait. Who?
It almost sounded like
the chick
Davis or
like that chick that was
I don't know, man. I don't know. She just had one of those faces where she looks like a douche.
The chick.
Yeah.
We'll just call her the chick.
No, whatever. Her name was
the chick.
Davis, it was Davis.
Davis?
Bad replicant.
She was like Jared Leto's like assistant android, yeah.
But what was it? That scene was making
me
laugh when they were fighting.
He called her my love.
Oh,
like that.
I don't know, man. But
so Kylo Gosling versus the chick. That was a good scene.
That was very good.
Kylo Gosling versus the chick.
I liked it because, and I think because of Han Solo. Harrison Ford's face the whole time.
Deckard.
Okay, because like.
He's like
tied to the ground and he can't get out.
Ship's like going underwater, so he's
like this, like
he's like looking at Ryan Gosling, like help me, dude,
because his hair was all wet, and like you just see him. The dude has that old man pissed expression the whole time. And he's like this, and Ryan Gosling in the car just going at it.
Of Clint Eastwood in Gran Torino. If you ever seen that movie,
yeah, and he's just sitting there, and he looks over at Ryan Gosling like, dude, what the hell are you doing? He's just all pissed, like he's like,
it's funny that you
die. Help me.
He has the whole like he can't find his car in a parking lot look face for like the entire time. It's just.
But like I said, overall,
I thought it
was a great movie. Yeah. Definitely in my book an 8.5 out of 10.
I'd give it a 9.5. I don't know. I really liked it. I just liked because we don't get movies like that where they stick to the 80s sci-fi. To be honest, out of every movie, I think that like old sci-fi from the past that has come back not as a remake or a sequel or whatever. This is probably like the best one.
Yeah, I would say this probably because this was technically
RoboCop was terrible.
Yeah, for that reason too, I'd probably give it an 8.5 too. I would probably give it a 9 if I didn't have to do research, but I think that's also kind of like my fault too.
Yeah, I'd probably give it a 9 if Ryan Gosling was the kid.
Maybe. But yeah, I give it an 8.5 too.
9.5. But I
think 9 average. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, good movie. Final thoughts, guys.
I can't wait for number 3. If it's anything like this one,
is there gonna be number 3?
I'm pretty sure. Well, kind of left off, right?
I mean, to be honest, he died. He just laid there and he was like,
did he though? He is an android.
I know. They could easily take his memories and
yes, but I don't know, man.
Instead of Ryan Gosling, they can have like Channing Tatum.
He wasn't necessarily.
Put him in Channing Tatum's body.
And this is just another notch on how good Ryan Gosling is, man.
Kylo Tatum.
But yeah, right, dude. What was it? I didn't say it, but the whole time in the movie I kept laughing because what was it? That scene where he'd go up to the piano. I was like, bro, he's about to just sit down and bust out La La Land.
That's a good movie. If you haven't seen it.
La La Land was pretty good. Yeah.
10 out of 10. But yeah, there's like, and then like, I don't know, just there's certain things in the movie that he did, like the Drive. I don't know, Drive. I thought about Drive, and then I thought about La La Land. I was just like, yeah, dude, there's nothing that Ryan Gosling hasn't been able to not do so far.
He even did The Notebook.
Oh yeah. Huh? What do you want? I don't want to watch
Which girls say that's a good movie, so
I don't want to watch that movie.
Yeah,
have you seen
I've
the
never
scores?
seen that one at all.
Have you seen the scores? They're terrible.
Really?
For Notebook.
Oh, really?
It's like
alright, we'll look it up after.
6.
Yeah.
So once again, thanks for tuning in to Popcorn Pimps. See you next time.
Bye.
Adios.
So if you liked the video you just saw, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and you can always follow us on Twitter at Popcorn Pimps.